Hey guys, so we're back on the Falcon turret from Dream Studios, and I've given it a lick of primer, just the Halfords Grey Automotive primer, and that's really brought it to life. And now I'm going to give it some paint, and on the ref for the original one, there's some over here. There's some black chipping, and I believe that the 5-foot Falcon was completely sprayed black as a base coat, and then the layers of white was laid on top. So I'm going to strip this back and give it a lick of black paint. So just from the aerosol, just some black automotive paint that I've got, and then I can start just laying down some chips where the black was, and then start putting the white on. Okay, so that's received a black coat, which has come out nice. It's satin, so it's I would have preferred matte actually, but I realised I didn't have any left. It's just Tetrasil satin black spray, but yeah, that's come out nice, and that's ready for the liquid mask. Can't remember which. I think there's some. I think there's chipping all over it actually. All around here, there's all black from where it's been knocked back with the Dremel. But I think I'm going to use mask oil or liquid mask because it's slightly more control with that. But yeah, it's getting close to having the base coat of Reefer White put down. Okay, so now's the time to put on the liquid mask. This is just the Vallejo liquid mask. I've used this in the past. It works very well, and I'm applying it with these rubber tipped sort of sculpting brushes. Excuse my fingers, they're covered in paint, so messy hands. And here we have the Awesome Chronicles Vehicles book, which has tons of ref pictures of the 5-foot Falcon. And over here we've got the old trusty Sculpting a Galaxy by Lorne Peterson, ILM model maker, Lorne Peterson. And that's given us some great shots of where the black chipping is from either the black primer that was used on the Falcon or the just bare plastic from the vac forming pulls that were black, I believe. So it could be primer, could be the bare plastic, but whatever. I'm using the black primer. So get our liquid mask and we'll start masking out. Hope you can see that. Just start marking, because it's so big I'm having to zoom out. And just giving you an example of just how I'm doing it. So here we are. We'll start with this one. Over here, that starts off with a little star shape. A little bit there. A little bit there. And basically, this is all I'm doing. Few dots, and I'll be going around the whole thing like that until it's done, but I won't bore you and film it because it's literally that simple process. Okay, so now we have our base coat down of Reefer White. Here it is, 1975 acrylic Reefer White from Archive X. Just cut 50-50 with the Archive X thinner. You can also use water, but this thinner is more durable. So there we have it. I'm going to mask out the panels once that's dry and put on the red and the greys. This has all been done, all the spoke for the cannon and everything, and the quad gun and the turret ring and that part. So this is where the fun begins, masking out, and it'll be so much easier masking this out than the little 1/72 one. because it's so big. So yeah, onto the panels next. And I'll quickly show this because this is something that I've finished at the same time. This is for my friend Caleb, and this is a 1/48 scale Z95 Headhunter, I think, by Zarkus Models. And this is this is old school. This has got to be 10, 12 years old, maybe, don't know. And this is from the Starship Modeler days when you could pick these up from the Starship store. I don't know if you still can actually. This is long out of production, this kit, but you used to be able to buy them on the store, and you know, I used to get that was sort of the beginning of my modelling of the Star Wars modelling. I used to get so excited when a new kit came up, and it's just funny how far we've come and into 3D printing now, and original kit parts being used, and you know, kit bashing and that sort of thing. It's come a long way since these old resin kits, but it's lovely sometimes to go back to these, especially when they're made as well as this. So yeah, a bit of a a bit of a distraction to the Falcon, but I just thought, while I've done it, and before I send it away to the customer, I'll get it on the screen. Okay, so we have all the mask all put down. Again, it's not exactly perfect because it's just trying to catch the essence of the chip and of the turret. But I'm using this ref, and it's the really interesting panel is this one. This one here. It's I love that. So that's going to be recreated with some earth tones. But yeah, this is where we're standing now with the liquid latex. Okay, so the dark reefer grey panels have gone on. The top one I've gotten lighter because it appears to be a bit lighter. I didn't even bother masking off any of this. Any overspray is welcomed really on the 5-foot turret. Again, it's all about giving it that character of overspray. ILM did that all the time. They very quickly, you know, mask things out. There's overspray and all sorts. So, but I've used really low tack masking tape because some panels have still got, see, the mask hole underneath. So I don't want to rip that up when I take it off. So I've got to be really careful about pulling off that masking tape. Okay, so the top panel is masked, well, liquid masked, dabbed on, ready for the boxcar red to go on. Again, I won't cover these top bits here. I'll just let that overspray happen if it does. And I'll go on with the 1975, I think it is, boxcar red. Okay, so it's still a bit wet, but I gave it boxcar red and then just a hint of 1975 SP Scarlet, just to sort of bring that up, because it's one of the very few panels that are over the grey, and I needed to bring the sort of volume of contrast up slightly. But when that dries, that'll darken down, and then of course you've got the mist coats and that sort of thing that ties it all together. Now I've got to concentrate on this with the earth tones, so I don't know what I'm going to try with that yet. I haven't quite looked on the shelf, but that'll be the next one. Okay, that was earth, so that's quite similar. I mean, there's completely different contrast and everything in the colour of a hand compared to his hand. The contrast in that picture's been brought up, but there we go. I've just rubbed off the mask with my finger. I'll do the top one now so you can sort of see the process. It literally is a case of just rubbing it all off and getting down with even the black. So there's like 3 layers in total really. There's a black, then the grey, then the red, and then a tiny little bit of SP Scarlet, I think it was, just to highlight the panel ever so slightly. ILM might not have done that, probably didn't, but it's a cheating way of getting the desired effect sometimes. There's some black up there. Sorry if I'm doing this off camera. So there you go, you've got the grey showing through the red, and then the earth panel here. I'll start doing some mist and some blast streaks and that sort of thing, and then I'll remove the latex around there. Then I'll go in with some enamel, because this is an acrylic. This is all Archive X water-based acrylics, and you can go in with oil paints or enamels. So Archive X started off with enamel paints, and I've still got a few other colours. So I've got earth here in enamel, so I can just dilute that with enamel thinners or white spirit and just sort of wash it around and stain it to get that more controlled look of the original. Okay, so I've given that a blast of the SP Dark Lark. The streaks that go down there, and it's really contrasty on this camera, but more subtle in person. But yes, that's just the basic, you know, overall look of the turret. I've still got rub off of the mask on, that sort of thing. Now I might even get some light sandpaper and just knock that back and just smooth that out a little bit, sort of blend it in rather, and then and then mist it, and then I can use my oil washes and that sort of thing and just tighten it up a little bit. Okay, so this is how it's looking at the moment. I'm quite happy with the progress so far. Had the washes. I say washes, it's staining. It's rolling a cotton bud back and forth with sort of very washed down and thinned down the enamel earth and SP Dark Lark. And then I've given it a quick mist of grime, very light grime, all around here, which has faded that out, and also that one, and then a little bit around the front there. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's looking like the Falcon now. I'll try and blend the turret ring in and the quad gun as well, but yeah, there we have it. Okay, so here we have the turret finished. It's a really imposing piece. It's just gives you just a glimpse of what the size of the 5-foot Falcon is. It's just it's unreal. It really is. It's a really nice thing, and this iPhone camera really doesn't do it justice. I haven't glued that back bit down yet because it's still got to be sent away, but that all moves up and down. The McLaren bit, the front's still loose. But yeah, if you want one of these, head on over to Dream Studios and speak to Christopher. He'll hook you up. And there we have it.